Brenda J. Lilly here from Creative Consultations. I just wanted to put out a small disclaimer before we launch into today's video that says I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just here to engage, to encourage, and hopefully empower other artists to go out and live their art dream. So here we go. Enjoy the video. Well, good morning, everybody. It is time for a little tea with me, Brenda J. Lilly. I hope you like this video. If you do, give us a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, share it with your friends, your family, so that we can all continue to become who we were created to be. See you on the flip side. Well, good morning, everybody. It is time for a little tea with me, Brenda J. Lilly. If you don't have your cup, put the video on pause right now. Run to the kitchen. Pour yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and come on back and let's share some time together. I'm ready to rock and roll. I hope you are too. So I wanted to talk today about boredom. Yeah, let's talk about how boredom actually helps us. When I was a kid, we were, especially when the weather was nice, we were told to go outside and play. We weren't allowed to sit inside, to sit in our rooms, to watch television all day long, to sleep until the cows came home. We were woken up and basically shoved out the door. And we had to figure things out on our own. We could come back for lunch. We had to come back for dinner. When the lights came on, the street lamps came on, we had to come home. But from the time we went out that front door to the time we came back, our world was our own to create. Now, I understand times are different, and that might send shivers of fear up any parent's spine right now, thinking about doing that or having your child be away for so many hours and you not knowing what they're up to. But I can tell you, as an artist, as an individual, as a human being, that actually helped me to become more creative. I remember when I was young, I would knock on the door and my mom would come to the door and she would say, "Is everything okay?" And I would say, "I'm bored." And she would say, "Well, you could come in and do the dishes or figure it out. Go play. Go invent something." It wasn't my mom's job to entertain me. It was my job to figure out how to entertain myself. And in that process of understanding that I had to figure out how to fill my hours, how to fill my time, how to have fun on my own or with friends, I can tell you we became extremely inventive people because we had to create games using sticks and rocks and weeds. And I can remember like we would play tag and hide and go seek and all of the games to play. But then we would also have, there was this stand of milkweeds, which is a plant which has a really sappy sort of flower or seed pod. And we would have these unbelievable milkweed fights. We would pluck the milkweeds off and we would chuck them at each other, and you just get covered in sticky goo. And I think it was some of the most fun. It's like those snowball fights you see on television or you've had with friends and family. They're super fun. Those are the moments, right? But as artists, I think as human beings, and then as artists, I think we push away the idea of boredom. We think of being bored is bad. And this society especially, like, everybody's constantly on their phone, constantly filling their life up with content. And there's no space for boredom. There's no space for boredom. And boredom helps us to become more thought provoked, more engaged, more intentional, and more creative people. Because boredom is this place where we go, I am not happy with the status quo. I am not thrilled with what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of, I mean, I'm doing it, but it's not really, floating my boat anymore. I'm bored. And in that moment, we have a choice to make. We can stay bored. We can distract ourselves with other people's content and other people's ideas of fun and frivolity and creativity and wonder. Or we can recognize boredom for the gift it is and say, you know what? I want to do something new. I want to do something that excites my soul. What is that? And then start charting a course to that destination. Sometimes we need the silence that boredom brings. Sometimes we need the disconnection that boredom brings to our lives in order to recognize it's time for a change, in order to recognize I need to do something new. I'm going to do something new with this moment, with this opportunity, in this time, and then launch into that thing. So don't push boredom away as a bad thing. Recognize it is part of our creative and human process of how to get to the next step. It is an indicator. Boredom indicates to us emotionally, spiritually, physically that it's time for a change. That what we've been doing is good. But what our spirit longs for is something great. And boredom is that check engine light in our soul, in our spirit, in our body, in our mind, that lets us know it's time for a change. What am I going to do? And then we get to start dreaming dreams and launching into those new things. So embrace boredom. Don't distract yourself. Don't get on your phone and just spend hours scrolling through other people's content. Create your own content. I constantly hear my mother's voice saying to me, so go do something else. Find something to do. I'm not here to entertain you. So much of this world is trying to entertain us, is trying to distract us from reality. Boredom clues us in to our reality needs to shift. So shift. Find something to do that fills you up and keeps you charged and passionate and moving forward. All right, that's all I have. It's a super short video, tea time with me, Brenda J. Lilly. I hope you have a blessed week, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. What are you waiting for? All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.